Now to get started, you'll deploy your origin blueprint. My origin blueprint is my mech, because he has his own blueprint inside of himself. That may be a little confusing, but you'll understand it when we get into it later. The important thing is that he costs 12 joules and 12 supply, and I have enough of both. So I'm going to go ahead and deploy my mech. Okay, so now that my mech is down, I'm going to click on him for more information. I can see that he's got 2 active skills, build and repair. Now because these skills are active, he can only be actively doing one at a time. They'll toggle between each other depending on the circumstances. Now for some reason my mech goes off screen and I want to control him. I have this control panel here. Now none of these are built, but my mech is. So I'm going to click on mech and then I'm going to click on his icon. Now I've selected my unit. With my unit selected, I can right click anywhere in the map and he'll go there. Now notice when I right clicked, these skills disabled. He's going to stand there until I reset these skills. I'm going to click the reset skill to default active. Now if I choose to build my generator, he's going to go over to the generator and begin actively building it. Now while the generator is being built, I'm going to check out my tech tree. Now I can see that when my generator is complete, I'll have access to all of these blueprints that are connected to it. So now that my generator is complete, I see that my generator has produce. That means I can produce any of these units that have been unlocked. I'm going to produce the rover. I have enough joules in supply. And you can see my generator actively producing my rover. Now I'm going to have my mech build a tower for defensive measures. Now that my rover is complete, he went over to this tree and started chopping it. But you notice that he stopped. That's because chop and harvest and any other resource collecting skill that gives you joules cannot give you joules unless you have a building that has vendor in it. So my silo has the vendor gem inside of it. So I'm going to build a silo near the rover. And then when the silo is complete, the rover will take the resources that it gathered from the tree and deposit it into my silo, which is my vendor. There, it'll convert to joules. Now that's how you get joules. But how do you get supply? Well, that's pretty straightforward. All you need to do is build a building or a unit that has a supply gem in it. So my silo has a supply gem as well. So if I build another silo, then I'll get more supply. But just keep in mind that supply has diminishing returns. That means over time, the more silos that I build, the less supply I'll get out of it. Okay, so I just had my generator produce a doom buggy. Now my doom buggy's just sitting there because he only has one active skill gem, which is attack, and there aren't any enemies in his sight to attack. So I'd like to customize my doom buggy blueprint. I'm going to open up my inventory. And here's my doom buggy blueprint. This is going to control all doom buggies that are deployed on the field. Now right now he just has this one attack skill gem. I want to make this attack better. So I'm going to use a modifier gem, which modifies any connected skill. I'm going to place slow inside of the socket. Now anytime that he attacks an enemy, the enemy will be slowed. I also want to make attack by socketing 2 attack gems in him. Now he's attack level 2. Now he's just going to sit there when there's no enemies on the screen. And I want him to be doing something useful. So I'm going to put the hunt resource collecting gem inside of him. Now when there's no enemies on the screen, he'll be hunting creeps and then getting joules for me. Now the way I tell him to choose between the two active skills, because remember he can only do one at a time, is with this focus stone. So if I move the focus stone towards attack, then that means that'll be his #1 priority. So if any enemies come within his sight, he will stop what he's doing and he will attack them. When the enemies are gone, then he'll resume to hunting. Now I also want to make the hunt better, so I'm going to use an item gem. And I'm going to use technical. Now this just increased his technical attribute by 8 points. So I'm going to close out of here, and then it'll show that the gems have been updated, and now he's got hunt, and he's actively hunting while there are not any enemies on the screen. And now there are no creeps on the screen. Oh, now there's one that he sees, and he's going to go hunt it. Now he's gathering the resource, and then he's going to deposit into the vendor, which in turn gives me jewels. Alright, so I just built up a little army of a commander, 2 super tanks, and 2 dune buggies. I want to have them scout around the map to look for the enemies. I'm going to left click and hold shift in order to select all of them. Now I can right click anywhere on the terrain or the map to have them go there. I'll just have to remember to reset their skills in order for them to automatically attack the enemy. I'm going to click the map right down here and see if we can run into the enemy. To move the camera around the map, I'm just going to left click and drag. Now they see the enemy, so I'm going to undo their skills. And now they're all attacking the enemy striker. Now that they've killed the enemy striker, they're heading for the enemy biosphere. And it looks like my mech is coming down to help finish the job. It's pretty obvious I'm going to win this game. I just need to finish wiping out their base and their units. So that wraps up this overview of how to play an Automakhan match. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos.